Hello, welcome today to your circle of fifths, exercise number 1. So we are being introduced to the circle of fifths, and I would like to congratulate you for having worked on the chromatic chord exercise number 1 so well that we are able to move to this exercise. So good luck. Way to go. Okay, so we see we have our sheet. We should have our sheet in front of us, and of circle of fifths, and we should also have our chromatic chord exercise sheet just next to it, so we can have that as reference for our chords. Okay, so what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to go clockwise. So going this way, first, we're going to be reading the individual notes with the left hand. Okay, so every time we have a major chord, I want you to play just that individual note with your left hand. You can use whatever fingering you want. I'm going to be using fingering like this, so I can keep it as, as consolidated within a chord as possible. So remember, only individual notes with the left hand. We may do that with the right hand as well. Eventually, we're going to want to play chords with both hands together. Okay, here we go. Just the left hand by itself, individual notes. 1, 2, 3, whole notes, go. 2, 4, 3, 4. Notice that I'm doing 1 or 5 and 1. Very good. Okay, so that's with the left hand, just individual notes. Now, let's go ahead and play just the right hand chords in root position, which is the way we play it for the chromatic chord exercise, except now we're going to be playing it according to the progression indicated for this circle of fifths. There's going to be a lot of jumping here going on, so let's prepare for this. Okay, here we go. We'll start here. 2, 3, for C major, G. 4, D major. Make sure to apply the full arm weight when pressing down onto your chord and lifting up gracefully, 5-finger technique. D, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, B, 2, 3, 4, G flat or F sharp, 2, 3, 4, D flat or C sharp, 3, 4, A flat, 2, 3, 4, B flat, 2, 3, 4, B flat, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, release. Very nice. Alrighty then. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put both together. First with individual notes in the left hand. You can either do individual notes, or you can do octaves, or you can do chords. It doesn't matter, really. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do individual notes. Starting with C major, 1, 2, whole notes, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, B, 2, 3, 4, G flat, F sharp, 4, C sharp, 3, 4, A flat, 2, 3, 4, E flat, 2, 3, 4, B flat, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, release. Very good. So this is the first part of playing the circle of fifths. Now, we're going to go counterclockwise. This time, instead of going this way, or this way on the sheet, we're going to go the other way, going from C to F to B flat, etc., until we come back to C. Let's go ahead and start up here. Once again, I'm going to be playing single notes with my left hand. You can also play octaves, or you can also play chords as well. Here we go. Now, because of the shape, or because of the progression, I'm going to place my left hand in F position while my right hand is in C position. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 3, 4. F, 2, 3, 4. D flat, 2, 3, 4. E flat, 2, 3, 4. A flat, 2, 3, 4. D flat or C sharp, 3, 4. G sharp, F sharp. So you might have noticed that I actually went lower than C until I came back to C right there. So what we want to do is we want to be able to memorize each direction of this progression, to be able to do it without having to look at our sheet. And it's actually quite easy because all you have to do is go up a fifth. Now we have not talked about perfect fifth yet. A perfect fifth means you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 half steps from this note to this note. And that is what is called a perfect fifth. There are other types of fifths. There is an augmented fifth, and there is a diminished fifth. But today we're simply talking about the regular fifth, which is fully called perfect fifth. And we're always going to go up 7 half steps. And then we're going up a next one. So we're not actually going down 7 half steps from this G to this one, but we're always going up in half steps like this. So as you can see, we're always going to have a perfect fifth distance between the two. Just like that, okay? So think about that when actually going this way and the other way too. It's always going to be a fifth below, a perfect fifth below. So we have C to F, B flat to E flat, A flat to D flat, and then we have F sharp to B, and then of course we have E to A, D to G, we have C to F. It just repeats again. Alrighty, so that's one way to memorize this. Another way will be talked about in later lessons, which refer to key signatures. Okay, so this is your exercise. Please practice it well with whole notes, and then of course you'll work progressively with dotted half note, and then of course the quarter note, just like you did with the chromatic chord exercise number 1. Be able to play it quickly in any way. That's what we want to be our goal. Now keep in mind, we're not always going to be playing it in root position. Eventually, once we learn our inversions of these major chords, we'll be able to play this in inversions in a lot easier way. Just as a demonstration of what inversions looks like, we'll go ahead and try one now. C from here. From E. And then we come back to C. That's one way to do the inversions. Okay, so practice this well, and we will see you at next lesson.